Hey guys, welcome back to Mad About Skin. Today we are celebrating the all-time greatest Korean skincare product. Well, according to me anyway. The reason I wanted to sit down and film this video is I think sometimes when it comes to Korean skincare, things can quickly seem overwhelming. Every month there's a new product launch, a new ingredient to try out, and some new innovation. And it almost seems that we're always chasing that latest viral product, and it can just seem a little bit too much. Well, in skincare, it's always worth remembering that consistency is key. The best results are going to come from products that we use in the long term on a consistent basis. And so with that in mind, I want to share with you the Korean skincare product that's made the biggest difference to my own skincare journey. This is the product that I've used the longest, the most repurchased Korean skincare product in my collection, and I refuse to gatekeep. I want to share it with each and every one of you guys out there because I think it really could be a game changer when it comes to your own Korean skincare routines. Sit back, relax, let's talk the all-time greatest Korean skincare product. Now in today's video, I'm going to share with you my all-time favorite Korean skincare product, but that might not necessarily align with yours, and that's absolutely fine. Everyone has their different takes when it comes to skincare, but I would just say, take a moment, pause if you need to, and share with me what your all-time favorite Korean skincare product would be down in the comments section below. Because here on Mad About Skin, we are all one big family, and I think we can learn so much off each other. In fact, your recommendations really shape the products that I try out and review here on the channel in the future, so I'm always so appreciative of them. Whatever your take on my personal favorites, if you enjoy this style of content, which as always is sponsorship and paid partnership free, then make sure to let me know by reaching down and giving the video a big thumbs up and a like. I turned down all that coin from the big Korean skincare brands because I believe in speaking from the heart and not the wallet. My opinions are my own, they can't be bought, and if you want to support me as an independent voice in the skincare community, liking and engaging with any videos that you enjoy is honestly the best way of doing it. And just from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, because the support from you guys genuinely means the world to me. Now, without further ado, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So this was a bit of a tricky video to film because I had to decide what my all-time favorite was, and I went back and forth on a couple of products. I'm going to start off with what I call the near misses. Products that you might have expected to be in that first place position based on the amount I mentioned them on the channel, but for one reason or another, they've just missed out. They're fantastic in their own right, but there was just something that maybe deducted a few marks or points and prevented them being in first place. I'm then going to come on to my all-time favorite. I've left timestamps down in the description box below if you want to jump to one section of the video over the other, and I've also left links to all the products mentioned, so if you want to read the reviews, check the price point, or make a purchase, they're all there for your convenience. So kicking off with a couple of near misses. First up is this, the Non-Buzzing Glutathione C Facial Spa Cleanser. One of my absolute favourite cleansers of all time. Smells divine, works like a dream, and is honestly like a spa moment in your own home. I love this, and it just makes the skin feel so soft and prepped for the rest of your skincare routine. One of my all-time favorites, and it's really inexpensive too. For me, this is 10 out of 10, but the reason why I didn't feature it in first place in terms of the all-time greatest is it does contain fragrance, and that's not going to be for everyone. I think skincare out there is very personal. Some people like me love a dose of fragrance in our skincare routine, particularly in a cleanser. Other people like to avoid it. Maybe they've got sensitivities to it. Always use what works for you. This works great for me, but the reason it's not my all-time favorite and greatest is that element of fragrance means it's not going to be compatible for everyone out there, and I think that's a shame. I wish they did a fragrance-free version of it. I would still personally go for the fragranced option, but it would be nice if they had a fragrance-free one so people could get that glutathione, get that beautiful cleansing experience without the fragrance, if that's their preference. This little gem, which is the Keyt Secret Collagen Boosting Secret Sun Lotion, I have fangirled about relentlessly on the channel. One of my all-time favourite sunscreens. It plumps, it hydrates, it locks in all that protection. This is amazing. The reason it's not in first place is it was discontinued, and this breaks my heart to say it because I only found out it was discontinued a week ago. Lots of you guys have been asking where it had gone, so I reached out to the brand and said, guys, what's happening? I need to stock up too, what's going on? And they said it's discontinued. Nothing to do with the level of protection it was providing or anything like that. It just wasn't one of their best sellers, and so they wanted to prioritize their marketing and efforts on other products. So it's discontinued. And this breaks my heart because if this was still in stock and available, this would definitely be a contender for number one. It was gorgeous. If you've tried and loved and used this, let me know down in the comments, because I was genuinely really sad for my skin when I found out that that was going to be discontinued. Another suite of products that maybe people were expecting to be number one based on just the volumes of sales that they go through, the VT Riedel shot line. This is the original in the 100 strength. This is the vitamin C in the 300 strength. I've used these and enjoyed them for the past couple of years. I've spoken about them a lot on the channel. They're really good, but again, I think they're situational depending on your individual skin's needs. These contain spicules, which are like little needles that actually push the product deeper into the skin, giving you quicker and more enhanced results. I love that, but spicules aren't going to be for everyone if you've got sensitive skin. If you find, some people just find them really difficult to layer, and that's ultimately why I don't use them as often as maybe I would normally. I find it difficult because if you put things on top, it also aids the penetration of those other actives. So if I'm using something like a high dose retinoid or high dose vitamin C, I end up getting a lot of sensitivity and irritation. And for me at least, it just wasn't worth the hassle. So I love them. I think if you're using them and loving them, keep doing it. But I just found them becoming a little bit less enjoyable to use in my skincare routine because I really had to think about how I was going to layer and pair, and it just became a little bit more hassle than it was worth. Now, last for the honourable mentions, this little gem. This is the Numbuzzin Pantothenic Acid B5 Active Drying Powder. I love this. Powder that you can either mix with a soothing serum and just pop on that offending pimple. It's a great pimple reducing and inflammation reducing application. You can mix a little in with your favorite serum, in only a tiny amount, and apply it to the skin to give some additional calming and soothing. You can put this over sunscreen, which will mattify it down. That's a great hack that in summer, if your sunscreen is a little bit on the dewy side and you want to mattify it down, use this. It'll just take the shine off. It's a wonderful, wonderful product. The only reason it's not going to be in the all-time greatest is I think it works best for people that have oily, acne-prone skin. That's me. Definitely need this in my life, but that's not everyone out there. And so I think because it appeals to such a niche group of people, I can't really call it the all-time greatest. If you use this and love it, you'll know. It's one of those little hidden gems. And let me tell you, if you're somebody that has very oily and acne-prone skin, get this in your life. You won't regret it. If you've got a more dryness-prone skin type, probably not going to be for you. Right, now into the business end of things, the all-time greatest. In third position, lip balms. Now, I know, lip balms, nothing exciting, nothing, you know, they're an afterthought in skincare, aren't they? They're the sort of thing that we throw on as we're going out the door. It's quite hard to say that a lip balm is going to be the all-time greatest anything. I get that. But when you find a really good lip balm, it is a bit of a revelation. When you find one that actually works for you all day rather than needing constant reapplication, like, mind blown. And that's what I got with these two. So in joint third place are two lip balms, both Korean. This is the Torrident Solidin Lip Essence, and this is the CMP Laboratory Propolis Lip Serum, when I could get my words out. The reason I've chosen two, this is my actual favourite, the Torrident Solidin Lip Essence. This is the best, in my opinion. Absolutely love it. I love it so much I did a separate video on it about a year and a half ago. I'll see if I can find that, dig it out, and I'll link it up there. This is my favourite. However, it's next to impossible to get if you're in the UK or Europe. Always selling out, ridiculously hard to get your hands on. So I actually resorted to using this as an alternative, and it works really, really well. This is really easy to get. So if you can't get the Torrident one, you can get the CMP one. They work in a very similar way. Both will hydrate you all day long. You don't need to reapply, they're that good. And you can use them as balms too. So I put a little of this on the crow's feet, smooth them out. I use a little bit on the corners of the mouth to protect them when I'm applying retinoids, because I tend to get quite dry here. You can use them in the corners of the nose for the same reason. I went through a cold, like a big old cold. In fact, it was more dramatic than that. It was man flu, and so I was feeling very sorry for myself. I used this on my nose, which had got really sore and chapped. It worked really well. It's just one of those multifunctional products I really, really love. Really inexpensive. If you can get the Torrident, get it. If you can't, the CMP is as good and easier to get hold of. I'll link both below. See which is easier to get wherever you live. But yeah, if that Torrident one was more readily available, that's my one wish in 2026, but we shall see. In second place, and I'm going to say like a mini drum roll, because second place in the all-time greatest list, still a good position to be in. This is the Numbuzzin NAD Bio Lifting Essence. Love this. This will come as no shock to anybody that's ever watched the channel before. I speak about this on a near daily basis. I genuinely love it. Now, this gets a bit of a rough ride online. I think there are those people that just adore it and say it's like the best thing ever. I'm in that like group. There are others that say, I just think it's overblown. Particularly people tend to pick apart the 50 peptides that are in here. So this contains a blend of 50 different peptides. People say if it's got 50 peptides in, they're all going to be in low concentrations doing nothing. I think when people say that, they fundamentally misunderstand how peptides work. So a lot of peptides don't need to be in a high concentration to actually deliver results. You know, certain peptides will work with concentrations as low as 0.25%, so 1/4%, and you'll still get results. Others do need a higher result. Azuraline, for example, one of my favorite peptides, that tends to work best in a 5 to 10% concentration. So if you're really wanting results from Azuraline, you need to go for a higher percentage. I think when people dismiss something because the percentages aren't high enough, I think that's an outdated way of looking at things. We need to understand the ingredient, the specific peptide, and what percentage it needs to be in. With the peptides in here, the vast majority of them work really well in under 1% concentration. So you're getting all that great result. And of course, if you want a higher dose of a specific peptide, get it. And I would fully endorse that. There are serums out there for you. In fact, I covered some of what I think the best anti-aging peptides in a recent video. I'll leave a link to that one out there. Check it out. That video, I spent hours researching that video. That video was one of the most time consuming to research, to really get all my ducks in a row to make sure I was giving the right information. And the video bombed. I don't know why. It's always the way on YouTube. The videos that you spend most time and effort doing perform the worst. Those videos that you may be doing a little bit of I have an inspo moment, I think, oh, I'll just quickly film that, it takes like 10 minutes, always blow up. Life isn't fair here on YouTube. No, I'm only joking. That video, yeah, took a lot of effort, and I think maybe the topic was a little bit niche, but if you are interested in peptides, how they work, and the best when it comes to anti-aging, check that video out, because I think it will give you all the answers that you need. This, though, if you just want plumping, if you want hydration, if you want great anti-aging, and you want one of the most beautiful serums that have ever existed, this is what you need. It gives you that instant glass skin, but not shiny and tacky, just a really nice glow up. I've got it on today. My skin feels juicy, hydrated, plump. It's like a cheat to a guaranteed good skin day, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Like I say, they do a toner version, they do an eye cream, they do a sunscreen. Personally, I prefer the toner, and this, the Essence Serum. Depends which formula you like. Do you prefer like a lower viscosity toner? Then go for the toner. If you prefer a thicker serum, go for this. The two are interchangeable. And then, in first place, what I think is the all-time greatest Korean skincare product, certainly my most repurchased Korean skincare product, goes to this. This is the Secret Keyt Starting Treatment Essence. This is a product that I go back to time and time again. I first tried it 4 years ago and I thought, nothing special. You know what? I'm not a big fan of toners in general. This is nothing special. I finished a bottle and thought, do you know, I can actually see results. I think this is helping with my hyperpigmentation. My skin is less dry because I started using it in the cooler winter months when my skin is very dry. It was less dry, it was less sensitive. And so I thought, okay, I'm gonna get one more bottle because give it a fair test. Got another bottle, and ever since then I've never been without it. I think it's just one of those products that maybe doesn't wow on first application, but your skin suddenly learns to love it, and you're just like, actually, this is my skincare best friend. And I don't think I've been without it for the past 4 years. It is genuinely stunning. I love it. Really inexpensive. I think the last time I bought it, one lasts forever as well, so I buy one every 6 months. I think I paid £14, so not expensive, doesn't break the bank. It's glass, so it feels bougie and luxury. It's got galactomyces in here, which are going to help to even out the skin tone, help you with hyperpigmentation, which I love. It's also super hydrating. They do a rose version and a plain version. What I said about the numbers in when I wish they did that cleanser earlier, I wish they did a fragrance-free and a fragranced version, so that there's something for everyone. I like the rose one. It's uplifting, smells gorgeous. The rose is also extra calming. I love it. If you want the fragrance-free version, it exists. I'll link both below. So you can really choose how you want this product, and that I love. Extra marks for that. It's really inexpensive. It is the perfect like-for-like dupe for the SK2 Starting Treatment Essence, which is like $200, $180. It's like £14. So good. Just take it from me. If you haven't tried this, So good. Now, there's two ways that you can use this. You can either, after cleansing, just dab a little on the skin and then continue with the rest of your skincare routine. That's how I do it. If you want extra hydration, you're feeling bougie and you're feeling extra, you can put a little of this between each serum. You will be literally plumped. You'll be like a reinflated raisin, looking like a grape again in no time. You could use a little of this between each of your serums and that will give you the ultimate hydration. I personally just use it at the start. It's up to you, but let me just tell you. Also, stick a little of this in a mist bottle. Mist during the day, refresh. It's just an amazing, amazing product. And I don't think there is a toner on the market that can rival this. This is the best. Gold standard, best in class. I absolutely love it. Do you agree? If you've made it this far, if you're part of the bitter end Korean skincare crew, let me know your thoughts on this product. Have you tried it? If you have, leave the thumbs up emoji down in the comments and share with me what your experiences were. If you've never tried it, leave the cross emoji and let me know, are you tempted? Are you tempted to give it a go? Honestly, I would say if you're somebody that wants some extra plumping, extra hydration and just wants a guaranteed good skin day, get this, you won't regret it. And there you have it, guys. A rundown of what is my all-time greatest Korean skincare product. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's have that conversation down in the comments, and wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.